Good evening to everybody. My voice is audible, sir.
Yes, your voice is audible. Kindly share your presentation whether it is shareable.
Shall I share my screen, sir?
Yeah, please share your screen.
So I think so. My screen is visible to everybody. My presentation is visible or not, sir?
Yes, your presentation is visible, Rishavji. Good evening, dear friends. Today we are having two presentations. One is on the much awaited topic of smart mechanization, and another is on the plant disease management. So I request Rishabh Arora ji to kindly proceed for your presentation. So floor is yours for next 30 to 40 minutes. You can take for the presentation as well as for following the discussion. So yeah, your screen is visible. You can go ahead. Rishabh.
ओके सर, थैंक्स अलॉट, थैंक्स अलॉट। आप लोगों ने सभी ने हमें मौका दिया। एज ए मैं नेशनल एग्रो इंडस्ट्री के बिहाफ पे आप सभी का बहुत ज़्यादा शुक्र गुजार हूँ कि आप लोगों ने हमें अपने आप को ऑन दी मेज सीडिंग्स के ऊपर हम कैसे काम कर रहे हैं, आपने हमें उसके ऊपर अपने विचार आपके आप साथ साझा करने के लिए आपने टाइम दिया। So thank you to everybody and all डॉक्टर साहब एंड और साइंटिस्ट एंड ऑल इंजीनियर्स एंड जो भी हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं सभी को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। मैं अपनी प्रेजेंटेशन स्टार्ट करते हुए थोड़ा बहुत अपने बारे में इंट्रोडक्शन दे देता हूँ। सो सर, एज यू नो, माय नेम इज ऋषभ अरोड़ा and I am the sales head of the National Agro Industries, and I am currently working in National since from last 6 years. अपने 6 years में मैंने कई प्रोजेक्ट्स किए हैं नेशनल एग्रो इंडस्ट्री के बिहाफ पे। कुछ गवर्नमेंट्स प्रोजेक्ट्स किए हैं, आईआईएमआर के साथ भी काम किया है, इक्रिसेट्स के साथ भी किया है, ईरी के साथ किया है। उन सब का एक्सपीरियंस मैं आज शेयर करूंगा आप लोगों के साथ। एंड हम आगे बढ़ते हुए सर मैं अपनी प्रेजेंटेशन स्टार्ट करता हूँ। As of the part of the national agro industries, I am introducing the introduction. We are started national agro industries was established in 1976, and it's a family-owned business. And we are also exporting agriculture implements and seeding, like seeding and planting machines. And we are also in research and development of the new seed technology for the water conservation for high yield input. And we are also ISO certified since from 2003, and we are also recognized by the government of the India Export House. So, as you know, we have the total all type of the seeds and planting solutions. Like we can say wheat, cotton, sesame, peas, maize, cassava, vegetable, chickpeas, sorghum, rice, sunflower, millets, groundnuts, soybean, pulses, custards, and etc. Vegetable seeds solutions we are also providing, but we are majorly focused on the wheat and maize and rice. So we have the major focus because India has the huge market of the maize also. So if we talk about on the milestone of the innovation, how we was started. So 1956, we started as a cottage industry in a village. Village name is Samrala. And in 1965, we established one animal-driven seed drill. So that was manufactured by Sardar Sukhdev Singh, who started this company. And after that, in 1972, was manufacturing a tractor-operated seed drill. So you can see the image, the Honorable President of the India, Gyani Jail Singh, driving the tractor-operated seed cum fertilizer drill. After that, we making so many machines, and 1983 we established a Excel flow vegetable seed extractor. This is majorly used on that time for the extracting the seeds. The major companies focused on that time for the extracting the seeds. And after 2001, sorry, 1993, we established zero till fertilizer seed drill in South Asia. And you can see Dr. Borlaug is inspected that machine. After that, 2001, we established multi-crop planter, which we can say the maize planter. Majorly focused on that time, 2001, on the multi-crop planter. We specially designed for the maize because maize, we can say कि that time we click the information, we can say कि हमें तभी कुछ फार्मर्स का और कुछ यूनिवर्सिटीज की तरफ से या कुछ साइंटिस्ट की तरफ से हमें एक फीडबैक मिला था कि मेज आपको प्रिसीशन सीडिंग में लाना चाहिए। एंड उसका मैकेनिज्म ऐसा होना चाहिए कि जो वो सिंगल सिंगल सीड सोइंग हो सके। तो 2001 में हमने मल्टी क्रॉप प्लांटर को मार्केट में हमने एनरोल किया था। आफ्टर दैट वी ऑल नो कि वो इन इंडिया और इन वर्ल्ड वी हैव थ्री टाइप ऑफ द सीडिंग। फर्स्ट इज द प्लेन लैंड सीडिंग, एंड सेकंड इज बेड सीडिंग, एंड थर्ड वन इज द रिज सीडिंग, रिज ऑन द रिजेस। सो 2003 वी established द रिज प्लांटर। सो हमने 2003 में मल्टी क्रॉप रिज प्लांटर को इंट्रोड्यूस किया मार्केट में। सो इसका भी हमें बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट्स मिले। एंड काफी फार्मर्स और काफी इंस्टीट्यूट्स की तरफ से ये पसंद किया गया, बिकॉज इसको लाने का मेन मोटिव तब था कि कम से कम पानी का यूज हो, सो ताकि पानी बचाया जा सके। So after that, 2004, we make a bed planter, wide bed planter, we can say, because इंडिया में हरियाणा पंजाब की तरफ ज्यादातर जो सोइंग होता है वो बेड पे मक्के का किया जाता है। मेन मेज को बेड के ऊपर सोइंग किया जाता है। सो उसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए हमने 2004 में रेस बेड प्लांटर को इंट्रोड्यूस किया मार्केट में। 2004 में ही हमने वेजिटेबल नर्सरी ट्रांसप्लांटर को इंट्रोड्यूस किया। एंड आफ्टर दैट 2006 में हमने हैप्पी सीडर को लॉन्च किया। एंड 2010 में मल्टी क्रॉप प्लांटर फॉर द पावर टिलर। एंड 2011 में हमने मल्टी क्रॉप पावर फॉर मिनी पावर टिलर्स के लिए यूज किया। सो 2013 में हमारा एक जेवी हुआ यूके बेस्ड कंपनी फॉर दी प्रिसीशन सीडिंग्स के लिए, बिल्कुल बारीक सीड्स लाइक टमाटो, कैरेट, कॉलीफ्लावर। सो इनके लिए हमने एक जॉइंट वेंचर हुआ। द कंपनी नेम इज स्टैन है वेब, बट इन इंडिया द कंपनी नेम इज स्टैन है इंडिया प्राइवेट लिमिटेड। सो दिस इज द जॉइंट वेंचर विद द यूके बेस्ड कंपनी विद इन नेशनल एग्रो। एंड 2013 में हमने अपना प्रिसीशन सीडिंग इंडियन मैन्युफैक्चरर नमेटिक प्लांटर लॉन्च किया। दी 2013 में ओनली नेशनल था जो जिसने इंडियन मेड नमेटिक प्लांटर मार्केट में लॉन्च किया था. सो दिस इज नमेटिक planter is our better product, we can say that. So after we talk about the infrastructure, so basically we have the three units. We can say one unit is for the which established in 1976. It is function for the sales office, manufacturing of sub assemblies, parts and new machinery developments. And after that we have the unit second, which is established in 2008, and it is the totally unit for the assembly of the production of the machines, where we are painted the machines through the powder coating all mechanism, and we have the all assembly in unit second. Third, we have the testing field for the 8 acres. This is we are using for the research and testing field of the machineries and calibrations. So this part is going daily basis on different machines. And after future expansion, now we are also making a one stock yard where we can stock the machines, near about 1000 machines. We are like make accordingly. So after that, achievements. I talk about the achievements, we are the one star export house achievement. We are the ISO certified. So we are also working with the universities and government institutes. Like we are also recognized by the rice weight instruments for the Indian Kinetic Plains, extend this certificate. And we are also certified by the Chaudhry Charan Singh Haryana Agriculture University हिसार, बिकॉज हम इनके साथ भी मिलकर कुछ R&D पे काम करते हैं एंड डेवलपमेंट्स करते हैं, न्यू न्यू रिसर्च भी हम फार्मर्स के लिए कैसे यूजेबल हो सकते हैं and कैसे हम उनका फायदा कर सकते हैं. सो ये हमारी हमेशा सोच रही है कि हम फार्मर्स के लिए कैसे यूजफुल हो सकते हैं. So these are also the achievements by our owners. We can say our partner receiving state awards on Independence Day program for our contribution in field of the agriculture. And we also received the G Udyam award also. So from Honorable Governor Shivraj Patil for our contribution in the agriculture sector. So we are the first private organization who received the fellowship from the Indian Society of the Agriculture Engineer, which we can say ISAE, from Honorable Governor Uttarakhand Samit Margaret Alva. So after that, we also awarded by the Progressive Punjab Award for the Chief Minister of the Punjab, late Mr. Badal Saab. So after we are also on the researching part, as I asked you earlier. So हमारे साथ कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस जुड़ी हुई हैं जो कि हमें रेगुलर बेसिस पे मार्केट की डेवलपमेंट और मार्केट में क्या कैसे हम सीडिंग के ऊपर अच्छे से अच्छा अपना परफॉर्म कर पाएं और हम फार्मर्स को कैसे अच्छा सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. तो जैसा कि उसमें हमारे जो पार्टनर्स हैं, रिसर्च पार्टनर्स लाइक सीमेंट से भी हम काम करते हैं, जो कि हमें डेली बेसिस पे या रेगुलर बेसिस पे हमें बताते हैं कि हाउ यू कैन डेवलप योर प्रोडक्ट. हम ईरी के साथ काम कर चुके हैं. ईरी भी हम का रिसर्चिंग में बहुत कंट्रीब्यूशन रहता है, एज लाइक इक्री सेट ऑल्सो, इकार्डा, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ द साउथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया, CSISA, ICAR, सेजेंटा, IFDC. ACIAR, Punjab Agriculture University, and Rice Wheat, Chaudhry Charan Singh Haryana University, so GB Pant University of the Agriculture. So हम इन सब के साथ मिलकर अपना जो भी है, मतलब अच्छे से अच्छा सीडिंग सॉल्यूशंस प्रोवाइड करने में मतलब कोशिश करते हैं कि हम कैसे फार्मर्स के लिए बेस्ट हो सकते हैं, और हम कैसे अपनी मशीन्स को बेटर से बेटर बना सकते हैं। तो जो भी हमारे रिसर्च पार्टनर्स रहते हैं इसमें, सभी जो भी डॉक्टर साहब, जो भी बड़े बड़े अध्यक्ष रहते हैं, उनका सबका हम फीडबैक लेकर अपनी मशीन्स में डेवलपमेंट करते हैं। सो इसमें IIMR भी से भी हमें कई बार बहुत डेवलपमेंट के हमें फीडबैक्स मिले हैं। एंड आफ्टर दैट, this is the domestic presence of the national agro industry. Actually, if you can see the area which are the green parts, these are the major areas where the national agro industry has good establishment of the dealers. So if I talk about, we have a total 120 plus dealers, and we can say 32 plus distributors in all over India. And we have a supply chain system, and after sale service system is also performed by the dealers. So हमारे जहाँ पे भी मशीन जाती है तो वहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि कोई रुकावट आया तो वो कैसे सोल्यूशन होगा। सो हम विद इन 24 आवर्स सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड करने के लिए हम कमिट करते हैं, बिकॉज वी हैव अ गुड डीलर एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर नेटवर्क। So this is the global presence, we can say, of the national agro industry, which you see the green parts, and these are the we can say countries where we are working now, and we have a good dealer and distributor network in all countries like United States, China, Australia, Brazil, and Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Nigeria, South Africa. So we have also export market. We are capturing approx 35% export market direct through the national agro. So if we talk about only satisfied buyers, so we have the satisfied buyer also, like Semet, Ikriset, Icarda, ERI, UNDP, ACIAR, IFDC, Chaudhry Charan Singh Haryana Agriculture University, CSISA, Punjab Agriculture Universities. So we are also dealing with the tractor companies, like as a OEM. We are also supplying the machine to the tractor companies also, like New Holland, Mahindra, Sonalika, BCS, John Deere, VSTs, Tafe, Kartar, Escort. So these are this photos, you can say some delegates who coming, जो हमारे यहाँ पे visits करते रहते हैं out of countries से. So delegates from the FAO and UNO during their visit of the factory.
అన్నిటికీ
So
ఒకటే డిజైన్ అయితే ఏంటి?
हाँ, so Doctor, this also this photo you can see some neighbor countries visit our plant. So Dr. ML Jad you can see with our delegates of CA training. And this is the this image belongs to IFDC team, Dr. Yash and Dr. Mukesh ji, who worked for the IFDC. So this photos belongs to the Dr. Yash, and some scientists like from the ICAR-Indian, Syria, Iran, Iraq, Australia, India, who visited our company, and CA delegates from India and neighbor countries. This is the delegates from the African continent with Dr. Sidhu. You can see the Dr. Sidhu's at our factory. And during meeting at ILRI, Cement Ethiopia with all the African friends, so we also was there for the attending the meeting. So we are also working with the governments of the like Tanzania. So this is the picture of the Morocco field where the Dr. Richard from ICAR-DA and Mr. John who we can say जिन्होंने हमारी मशीन को स्मार्ट सीटर को वहाँ पे मोरक्को में लॉन्च किया था एंड इंट्रोड्यूस किया था मार्केट में एंड डेलीगेट्स सम फ्रॉम सुडान and now we are coming on the products. So before the products, I can show you some videos because after before the explanation, shall we go on the some videos? So these are the product videos. So we can start it from the our. So just confirm me the video is visible to you or not, sir. The video is visible, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm starting my video.
Mechanical sowing had come up as a big relief for farmers initially, but later on, farmers started feeling the need of a more precise sowing system because of a number of drawbacks of a conventional sowing system. Uneven spacing in plantation done by mechanical sowing reduced the yield. Depth of seed also remains uneven, which also affects the growth of plants. Now, National Agro Industries has developed a new kind of planter known as National Pneumatic Planter. This new sowing system has everything which is needed for today's precise farming needs. It can sow seeds with far more precision than mechanical planter and leaves no room for flaws such as uneven spacing and depth. Seed sowing speed of pneumatic planter is also higher than traditional mechanical planters. It saves valuable time during sowing seasons. Pneumatic planter works on principle of air suction. The air is sucked through a rotating disc having various holes. Each seed coming in contact with disc holes sticks to the holes and then released at the desired space. Since seed is lifted by air suction, so there is no mechanical damage to the seeds. National Pneumatic Planter comes with a new kind of seed metering system which can sow various type of crops with the help of special discs according to the size and shape of seeds. It can sow a variety of seeds such as maize, cotton, groundnut, sunflower, soybean, sugar beet, guar, chickpea, etc. The seed metering unit comes with a built-in seed singulation system to maintain the exact count of the seed and to avoid doubling. Relative seed depth is very much required for uniform growth of the crop and maximum yield. To ensure this, in undulating soil, the individual planting units have auto-level adjusting parallelogram system and depth control wheels. Seed covering device is also available to ensure proper covering of seeds. The depth wheel also acts as press wheel, which makes the proper seed soil contact. Each seeding unit has its own clod remover to remove any type of soil clods or leftover straw and provides a leveled bed before seed placement. For quick and easy setting of plant-to-plant distance, a gearbox is also provided. National Pneumatic Planter comes with an option of fertilizer application. The fertilizer rate is very easy to adjust, and separate fertilizer tiles are also provided to place fertilizer at desired distance and depth in accordance to the placement of seeds. To maintain proper row-to-row spacing, after every turn, a pair of easy set and adjustable markers is provided. National Pneumatic Planter is available in several row configurations.
So this is the video for the pneumatic planter. Now I will show you a video for the normal mechanical planter. So now we see the normal mechanical planter video.
The biggest problem that maize growers are experiencing these days is the acute shortage of labor for manual sowing of maize. For high yield of maize crop, timely sowing is very important. Even a little delay in sowing can reduce the yield. Considering all these problems of maize growers, National Agro Industries has developed National Maize Planter. It can sow maize in a better way than other sowing methods and needs very less time as compared to manual sowing. Let's see how National Maize Planter is better than other sowing methods of maize. This is National Maize Planter. Its main parts are seed hoppers, a fertilizer hopper, driving wheel, depth control wheels, seeding tines, and main frame. Growers can do a number of adjustments as per their specific requirements. Let's start sowing with National Maize Planter. Firstly, fill the seed hoppers with seeds. Care should be taken to add seeds of uniform size only. There should be no foreign particles in the seeds which can clog or damage the seed metering system. National Maize Planter's fertilizer hopper has a shaft with array of small agitators and worms. These worms ensure the proper movement of fertilizer in hopper, and agitators break the fertilizer clods, if any, to ensure the continuous supply of fertilizer. Fertilizer hopper should be filled with fertilizer. Care should be taken to avoid any foreign particles and clods of fertilizer which can obstruct the system. National Maize Planter's fertilizer dispensing rate is also adjustable. This can be done by loosening the wing nut on the fertilizer hopper and adjusting the fertilizer indicator with the help of a handle on the fertilizer hopper. After this, wing nut should be tightened again. Once this setting is done, whenever fertilizer supply is opened, it will dispense at the previously set rate. National Maize Planter can be attached with tractor with the help of 3-point linkage. After that, it's ready to use. National Maize Planter's seed sowing depth can also be controlled. For this, depth control wheels situated on both sides of it can be set with the help of T-bolt. Sowing depth increases if the depth control wheel goes up, and if it goes down, sowing depth decreases. National Maize Planter's row-to-row spacing can be adjusted with the help of U-clamp as per the requirement. National Maize Planter starts working immediately as the tractor starts moving. For best results, the speed of tractor during sowing should be 3 to 5 kilometers per hour. When the planter starts moving, seed hopper disc starts working. Observe carefully that disc is not picking up double seeds. In some cells, it's called doubling. Also observe if some cells of rotating discs are not picking up seeds. This is called missing. To avoid doubling and missing, National Maize Planter has a special provision for inclination adjustment of seed hopper. If problems like missing and doubling persist, even after adjusting the inclination of seed hopper, it means seed size is not uniform. Use seeds of uniform size for flawless operating of National Maize Planter. If uniform sized seeds are not available, then grower can sort the available seeds himself with sieve to avoid these problems. Distance between seeds can be gauged by moving National Maize Planter a few yards. This distance can be adjusted as per the requirement by changing the different sprockets provided with National Maize Planter. For this, appropriate tools are provided in Maize Planter's toolbox. Big sprocket increases the distance between the seeds, and small sprocket decreases the distance between the seeds. After making all the desired adjustments, sowing can be started with National Maize Planter after putting down the marker of one side. For adjusting the marker according to different crops, please refer to the instructional manual of National Maize Planter.
So last video, and this is the mechanism on the ridge planting. So I'm starting that this video. This is the only process how on the ridges we can do the maize sowing. सो आई थिंक ऑल वीडियोस मेरी तरफ से आपको क्लियर हुआ होगा. सो अभी मैं बात करूंगा प्रोडक्ट्स के रिगार्डिंग. सो स्पेशली फॉर मेज, इफ आपने जैसे फर्स्ट वीडियो देखा मेज प्लांटर का, सो दैट वाज द नमेटिक प्लांटर. तो उसमें आई होप कि आप लोगों को आपका जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन आपको क्लियर हुआ होगा, उसमें प्रॉपर इंफॉर्मेशन क्लियर हुआ हो। सो इसमें मैं आपको थोड़ा सा स्पेसिफिकेशन के ऊपर एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ। सो अभी जो न्यूमेटिक प्लांटर हमारे पास टू टाइप ऑफ द मॉडल्स अवेलेबल। इट्स अ 4 row and 6 row. 6 row mostly used in high acres, like this is the majorly using in export market, not in the Indian market. So 4 row is the standard model which is using which is the farmer using in India. So 4 row में two type of the models. One is for the bed planting, लाइक पंजाब, हरियाणा एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द, अब तो यूपी में भी बेड प्लांटिंग मक्का का शुरू हो चुका है। पहले लोग प्लेन पे करते थे। सो उसके लिए इसमें साथ में एक बेड का अटैचमेंट लग जाता है। सो वो कंपनी की तरफ से ही प्रोवाइडेड होता है। मोस्ट ऑफ द कंपनीज प्रोवाइड नहीं करती वो, बट नेशनल एग्रो इंडस्ट्रीज खुद प्रोवाइड करती है, खुद बेड बेड अटैचमेंट इस पर लगा कर देती है। एंड वी आर ऑल्सो प्रोवाइडिंग दी वारंटी और गारंटी बेड बेड मेकिंग की, कि हम उसकी भी गारंटी देते हैं कि बेड मेकिंग में भी आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी इसके साथ। सो बेसिकली पंजाब और हरियाणा में और यूपी में अभी बेड मेकिंग वाला सिस्टम ज्यादा शुरू हो चुका है। वैसे पंजाब में तो पहले से ही होता था, बट अब यूपी में अब डिमांड आ रही है कि बेड मेकिंग की। सो सेकंड वन इज द स्टैंडर्ड, जो प्लेन में सोइंग करते हैं मेज के, उसके लिए तो स्टैंडर्ड मशीन 4 row रहता ही रहता है। एंड इसमें जो रो टू रो डिस्टेंस रहता है वो 24 इंचज रहता है। सो इट कैन बी एडजस्टेबल। ओनली वी कैन से कि मिनिमम वी कैन डू द 22 इंचज एंड मैक्सिमम वी कैन 26 इंचज। बट कुछ कस्टमाइजेशंस के साथ भी कुछ डिमांड आ जाता है, लाइक कई इंस्टीट्यूट्स का आ जाता है कि हमें 28 इंचज तक चाहिए। वो दैट विल ऑल्सो बी कस्टमाइज्ड। मतलब मैक्सिमम हम कर सकते हैं, मिनिमम हम 22 इंचज तक ही इसको एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं। सो और इसमें फर्टिलाइजर होपर्स की कैपेसिटी भी रहती है, 2 फर्टिलाइजर होपर्स रहते हैं। एंड 80 to 90 kg फर्टिलाइजर इसमें वन टाइम डाला जा सकता है। एंड मशीन के पीछे प्रेस व्हील्स रहते हैं, जो कि सीड्स को प्रेस करके उनको वी कैन से दबाव डालते हैं कि सीड प्रॉपर जमीन के अंदर तक चला जाए, जो उसका रिक्वायरमेंट रहता है। तो मशीन के ऊपर ज्यादातर मोस्टली पैलोग्राम सिस्टम रहता है। कोई ऑब्स्टेकल आएगा तो वो पैलोग्राम सिस्टम से अपने आप वो उसके ऊपर से निकल जाएगा। सो मिसिंग के चांस नहीं रहते इसमें, नो मिसिंग, बिकॉज वैक्यूम सक्शन में हम 99.5% बोलते हैं कि कोई भी आपको सिंगल सीड मिसिंग नहीं रहेगा। अगर कुछ रहता है, बेसिकली तो वैसे रहता नहीं है, बट अगर कोई रहता है तो वो उसका हम चेक करके उसकी जो भी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन को सेट कर देते हैं, तो उससे वो चीज दूर की जा सकती है। एंड सेकेंड इज दिस इज द मल्टी क्रॉप प्लांटर, मैकेनिकल। क्योंकि वैक्यूम प्लांटर, वी कैन से प्रिसीशन नमेटिक प्लांटर, वो हर फार्मर एफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता, बिकॉज कुछ छोटे फार्मर्स भी होते हैं जिनके पास लैंड एरिया कम होता है या जमीन थोड़ा बहुत रहता है। बेसिकली नमेटिक प्लांटर यूज किया जाता है कमर्शियल तरीके से भी। लोग इसको लेते हैं, अपने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग्स के ऊपर भी काम करते हैं। कई कंपनियों के साथ मिलकर हमने भी काम किया कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग का, और हमारे कस्टमर्स डाटाबेस पे भी हमने वो कस्टमर्स के डाटा शेयर करके हमने उन पे काम करवाया है। लास्ट हमने कोटेवा एग्री साइंस के साथ भी काम किया था इसके ऊपर। सो वो प्रोजेक्ट भी हमारा काफी अच्छा और काफी लंबा चला था। एंड आफ्टर दैट मल्टी क्रॉप प्लांटर, दिस इज फॉर द दिस इज द नॉर्मल मशीन विच दिस इज द मैकेनिकल। एंड इसमें भी इंक्लाइन प्लेट सिस्टम रहता है, सिंगल सिंगल सीड ड्रॉप इसमें भी होता है। बट इसमें सीड्स का अगर वेरिएशन आ जाता है, लाइक सीड का आइडियल साइज नहीं रहता, तो इसमें कभी कभार वी कैन से 5 to 10% डबलिंग हो सकती है, बिकॉज उसका कारण नॉन आइडियल साइज के कारण। एंड अगर मैं बात करूँ प्रिसिशन प्लांटिंग को मैं बोलूंगा कि वो 100% एक्यूरेसी देगा, एंड 100% डेप्थ कंट्रोल देगा, एंड 100% सीड टू सीड डिस्टेंस देगा, जितना एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द फार्मर्स। और अगर मैं मैकेनिकल प्लांटर की बात करूँ तो इसको मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ कि इसका एक्यूरेसी 95% हो सकता है, बिकॉज थोड़ा बहुत मैकेनिकल प्लांटर चलने में एंड ड्राई व्हील चलने में, और इस ऑल चीजें डिपेंड करती हैं ट्रैक्टर के ऑपरेटिंग पे, जो पर्सन उसको ऑपरेट कर रहा है। तो उसमें 95% थोड़ा बहुत सील्ड का एडजस्टमेंट गैप थोड़ा सा बढ़ सकता है, कम हो सकता है, एंड डबलिंग हो सकती है अगर सीड का साइज आइडियल नहीं है। तो अदरवाइज 95% ये भी सिंगल सिंगल सीड ड्रॉपेज करता है। सो नेक्स्ट इज द मल्टी क्रॉप रिज प्लांटर। कुछ एरियाज में तो प्लेन में सोइंग होती है, एंड कुछ एरिया पे रिजिस पे भी मेज की सोइंग की जाती है ऑन रिज, जिसको हम पंजाबी में बट भी बोल देते हैं, बट्टों के ऊपर सोइंग। सो उसके लिए ये मेथड यूज किया जाता है, और इसमें भी मेज मैकेनिकली बेस पे यूज की जाती है। एंड ये फैसिलिटी हमारे नमेटिक प्लांटर में भी रहती है कि उसमें भी बेड रिजिस के ऊपर सोइंग हो जाती है, उसमें भी अटैचमेंट लग जाता है। सो नेक्स्ट वन इज द रेस बेड प्लांटर वाइड बेड। मोस्टली जो पर्सन या जो फार्मर्स टोटली ऑन बेड सोइंग करते हैं, लाइक उन्होंने प्रॉपर बेडिंग पे ही करना है, तो उस उनके लिए हम उनको ये प्रेफर करते हैं मक्का स्पेशल, मेज स्पेशल बेड प्लांटर। तो इसका जो रो टू रो डिस्टेंस रहता है वो 24 इंचज रहता है। एंड अगर मैं बेड के टॉप की बात करूं तो वो 36 इंचज का बेड बनता है, और इसमें रनिंग टाइम में वन टाइम में 2 बेड्स बनते हैं एंड 4 रोज चलती हैं। ये 4 रो रहता है, जिसे हम बोल देते हैं 2 बेड्स विद 4 रोज। एंड इसमें भी फर्टिलाइजर एंड सीड का एडजस्टमेंट है, एंड इट्स ऑल्सो अ मैकेनिकल प्लांटर, एंड मार्कर का अवेलेबिलिटी भी इसमें साथ में रहता है सर। सो आफ्टर दैट, लाइक हम रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट का काम करते हैं। तो हमने एक प्रोजेक्ट किया था, ये यूडीपी अटैचमेंट लगा हुआ है मशीन के साथ, यू कैन सी द मल्टी क्रॉप प्लांटर, इट्स अ 11 रो प्लांटर। सो हमने वैसे तो ये टेस्ट राइस पे किया था, बट आफ्टर दैट हमने इसको मेज के ऊपर भी परफॉर्म किया। तो ये प्रोजेक्ट आईएफडीसी के थ्रू हम असम गवर्नमेंट से हमारी तरफ लाया गया था। तो इसमें यूडीपी का अटैचमेंट, लाइक कि आजकल एक मोदी जी ने अभियान चलाया था जिसमें बोला जाता है कि फर्टिलाइजर का यूजेस कम करना है। तो एक हमने असम गवर्नमेंट के साथ मिलके काम किया था, जिसमें हमने यूरिया डीप प्लेसमेंट, लाइक एक ब्रिकेट्स के तौर पे हमने फर्टिलाइजर ड्रॉपेज किया था ऑन राइस एंड ऑन मेज। सो दिस वाज द दैट ब्रिकेट्स विच वाज यूज्ड इन द लैंड। तो हम बोल दें कि ये 4 सीड्स के बीच में एक ब्रिकेट डलता था फर्टिलाइजर का। तो इससे क्या होता था, जब फार्मर इसको पानी लगाता था तो तब ये अपना जो भी न्यूट्रिशन है, जो भी अपना तत्व है, उसको ये रिलीज करता था एज पर दी जो प्लांट को जितना रिक्वायर्ड है उतना। तो ये मशीन बनाई थी हमने साथ में, जिसका नेम है ब्रिकेट मशीन। सो ये फर्टिलाइजर्स की बॉल्स बनती हैं, लाइक इट्स लाइक अ इडली शेप, एंड इसका जो डायामीटर रहता है वो नियर अबाउट अप्रोक्सीमेट 18 mm के नियर बाय रहता है। तो इसकी प्लेसमेंट हमने मल्टी क्रॉप प्लांटर्स के साथ किया था, जिस आई कैन शो यू द प्लांटर। इस प्लांटर के बीच में हमने किया था, इसमें 11 रोज फॉर, वैसे पहले ये राइस पे टेस्टिंग हुआ था, राइस में सक्सेसफुल रहा। फिर असम गवर्नमेंट ने इसको मेज के ऊपर भी टेस्ट किया। सो उसमें मेज के लिए जब हमने इसमें 5, नीचे आप देख रहे होगे नीचे एक अटैचमेंट लगा है 5 रोज का, दिस वन। सो इसमें हमने यूरिया डी प्लेसमेंट का सिस्टम लगाया। तो ये 4 सीड्स के बीच में एक फर्टिलाइजर का ब्रिकेट डालता था, जिससे क्या है कि उनको प्रॉपर फर्टिलाइजर कम यूज हो और पौधे को प्रॉपर उसकी फीड मिल सके। तो इसके भी रिजल्ट्स हमें बहुत अच्छे मिले। ये हमारा लास्ट 2023 का ये प्रोजेक्ट था जिसमें हमने ये काम किया था, और वी वाज गेट अ गुड रिजल्ट फ्रॉम दिस प्रोसेस। एंड इसमें फर्टिलाइजर का भी यूज कम हो रहा है। सो you can see also feed seed metric system. This is the maize seed metric system, how it's operated. सो ये जो मैंने आपसे बात की अभी बेड प्लांटिंग का, रो टू रो 24 इंचेस। सो ये कुछ बेड प्लांटिंग का इमेज है, बेड मेकिंग का, एंड साथ में उसके रिजल्ट्स कैसे रहे ऑन बेड सोइंग ऑन द मेज। सो दिस इज द रो टू रो 24 इंचेस, एंड बेड का जो साइज है टॉप वो 36 इंचेस का है। एंड साथ में ये पीछे एक स्क्रैपर लगा हुआ है जिसको बोल देते हैं हम कि ये बेड का आफ्टर बिफोर द सोइंग ये साथ साथ बेड का मेकिंग एंड उसकी मिट्टी की सफाई और बेड की सफाई करता जाता है कि बिल्कुल बेड नीट एंड क्लीन दिखे। सो एक हमने ये भी मशीन डिजाइन किया था फॉर द ऑस्ट्रेलिया। ये 120 हाउस पावर ट्रैक्टर के लिए है, रिज प्लांटर स्पेशली फॉर द मेज। सो दिस वाज द लार्ज वी कैन से डेवलपमेंट कि हमने कभी इतने बड़ी मशीन्स के ऊपर काम नहीं किया था, बट हमने ये भी मैन्युफैक्चर करके ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एक्सपोर्ट किया। एंड वी वॉज गेटिंग अ गुड रिजल्ट कि इसके ऊपर भी बहुत अच्छा हमें फीडबैक मिला। सो सो दिस वाज द माय दिस इज द माय प्रेजेंटेशन। एंड अभी आपका किसी का कोई इन क्वेरी हो सो थैंक्स अलॉट। मैं सोचता हूँ कि मैंने अपनी तरफ से आपके अच्छी प्रेजेंटेशन दी होगी और आपके डाउट्स क्लियर कर पाया होऊंगा। और आपको अगर कोई क्वेरी या आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है तो यू कैन आस्क मी सर।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और किसी का अगर सवाल है तो पूछ सकते हैं सर से, जल्दी में एक एक दो सवाल बस, क्योंकि अगला। सर ये न्यूमेटिक प्लांटर का कोर्स पूछ रहा है सर, एक कोई एक वीरेंद्र सिंह चौहान।
सर नमेटिक प्लांटर का कॉस्ट सर इट्स डिपेंड अपॉन द स्टेट वाइज, बिकॉज थोड़ा सा ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का भी कॉस्ट रहता है। वैसे जो मैं स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट बता देता हूँ, जो यूजली ये 2 टाइप का कॉस्ट है सर। विद बेड 5,65,000 रहता है अगर बेड का अटैचमेंट हम साथ में लेते हैं। अगर बेड का अटैचमेंट साथ में नहीं लेते तो स्टैंडर्ड मशीन लेते हैं 4 रो का, तो वो रहता है 5,35,000 का। और मैं बताना चाहूंगा आपको इसके ऊपर सब्सिडी भी अवेलेबल रहता है गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से। चाहे वो एमपी का कस्टमर है, चाहे वो यूपी का है, चाहे बिहार का है, चाहे पंजाब का है, चाहे हरियाणा का। तो इस पे गवर्नमेंट आपको 50% सब्सिडी देती है शेड्यूल कास्ट में, ओ जो एससी या ओबीसी में आते हैं। और जो जर्नल वाले हैं उनको 40% सब्सिडी रहता है अराउंड। अगर मैं करूं 50%, तो 2,20,000 के नियर बाय सब्सिडी आता है। सब्सिडी अवेलेबल होता है विदाउट जीएसटी अमाउंट पर। और इसलिए वो 2,20,000 होता है, और जर्नल के लिए ये नियर बाय 1,85,000 to 1,90,000 के नियर बाय सब्सिडी रहता है इसका।
और किसी का सवाल? अगर किसी का सवाल नहीं है तो सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। और आपने जो नेशनल का हमारे सर आईएमआर के साथ आपका कोलैबोरेशन चलता है, हमें भी वो बहुत आगे भी है ना आपके साथ कोलैबोरेशन और करना है सर। और ये जो प्रेजेंटेशन दिया है सर, और बहुत लोगों को जैसे न्यूमेटिक प्लांटर अभी जो वेस्टर्न यूपी एमपी और पंजाब और हरियाणा में ज़्यादा यूज़ करते हैं, बाकी जगह में ज़्यादा उसका पेनिट्रेशन अभी भी थोड़ा सा कम है। तो मुझे लगता है कि ऐसा कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन होते रहने से इसका प्रमोशन और उसका जो पॉपुलराइजेशन है उसमें ज़रूर एक योगदान उसका कंट्रीब्यूशन रहेगा। तो आज के प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। आगे भी
थैंक यू
आपसे
सर।
आगे भी सर आपसे मदद लेते रहेंगे सर। थैंक यू
ओके
सो
सर,
मच।
एनी टाइम वी आर अवेलेबल 24/7 फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू। थैंक यू सर,
ठीक है।
थैंक यू so much giving me a good opportunity to express my views. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सो मच सर। प्रवीण जी है क्या? प्रवीण जी ज्वाइन कर लिए क्या?
यस सर, ज्वाइन किया हुआ है।
ओके। जो हमारा अगला स्पीकर है वो डॉक्टर प्रवीण के बगरिया है। ये सीनियर साइंटिस्ट है ICAR-IMR में। और ये इनका जो है 2016 को ज्वाइन किया था IMR, और अभी मतलब अभी भी उनका काफ़ी लंबा एक्सपीरियंस है। मेज पे ही उनका काफ़ी लंबा एक्सपीरियंस है, और ये एग्री पैथोलॉजी का ये लीड करते हैं और यही इंचार्ज है। तो इनका काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस है। जो आज उनको जो लेक्चर हमने दिए गए हैं वो इंटीग्रेटेड डिजीज मैनेजमेंट में, क्योंकि अभी तक हमने पेस तो काफ़ी कवर कर लिया, मगर डिजीज़ का मुझे लगता है कि ये डॉक्टर साहब के एक्सपीरियंस के देखते हुए मुझे लगता है कि डॉक्टर साहब इसको अच्छे से कवर कर लेगा। डॉक्टर साहब आप जो प्रेजेंटेशन है आप एक बार स्लाइड शेयर करके आप एक बार चेक कर लो कि शेयर कर सकते थे।
डॉक्टर साहब,
हाँ,
अगर
मैं इसको
परमिशन, हाँ परमिशन दीजिए।
मैं कर देता हूँ। कहाँ पे presentation? एक मिनट एक मिनट। डॉक्टर प्रवीण एक बार चेक कर लीजिए।
यस।
तो डॉक्टर साहब आप है ना 20-25 मिनट में डॉक्टर साहब आप देख लीजिएगा कि 25 मिनट में आपका प्रेजेंटेशन हो जाए तो बढ़िया है।
ओके डॉक्टर साहब, ट्राई करते हैं।
ठीक है डॉक्टर साहब, आप शुरू करिए डॉक्टर साहब। आप स्लाइड मोड में डालिए डॉक्टर साहब।
जस्ट इन, इज इट ओके?
ओके ना डॉक्टर साहब, यू कैन स्टार्ट।
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to uh, take a lecture on maize diseases, their management and research strategies. So I welcome to all for 21 days online training, and this topic will be on only maize diseases. So coming to introduction part, there are approximately 112 maize diseases reported in worldwide, and in our country, out of 112, 61 diseases are prevailing in India, in our country. But all diseases are not important in as per the economic perspective. Out of them, only 12 to 16 diseases are more important in our country perspective. And out of 16, there are only 10 to 12 diseases that are prevailing in at a particular means in different pockets of the maize growing parts of our country. So before moving forward, I want to share some importance of some epidemics due to diseases. So I am sharing the three important epidemics of that related to our plant diseases. And
if we look the for example in pandemic in COVID-19 is best example. We all of who are presenting today go through that pandemic. So likewise in 1843 in 1843 or 1845 there was a famine that known as Irish famine, potato late blight disease, that is very historical because whatever scientific research started after this epidemic only. So what was the impact of this epidemic? So if today's if we count that the impact of that epidemic in the economic values, so estimated to approximately 500 billion economic losses, $500 billion economic losses at that time in due to this potato lead blight epidemic. And if we like COVID-19, we many people lost their lives. So due to this potato lead blight famine, approximately 1 million people lost their lives, and approximately 2 million people migrated from European, means from, especially from Ireland to nearby countries. And this is that time when there is industrial revolution being taken place during that time. So if you know, in 1857 there was our in freedom fighters in 1857 in our country. There was means Britishers are ruling us and are fighting for our freedom in 1857, 1857 की क्रांति. Okay, so that period was the time when there is railway tracks and industries are establishing, steam engine was invented, and it is that period time. So due to this epidemic, the Britishers got the cheaper laborers who migrated from Ireland to USA and then other European countries, nearby European countries. So likewise in India there was a epidemic in 1942 and 1945. Again, this is the time when British we are again because in 1947 we got the freedom. So it is again that time when we are fighting for freedom. So this and when you will saw this and this map. So on that time, the eastern Pakistan, that is now the Bangladesh, is the part of India, and this epidemic, the center of this epidemic was in West Bengal. So West Bengal, that is the part of Bangladesh. Bangladesh is the part of West Bengal. So on that time there was a disease that is rice brown spot disease, and due to this epidemic the means crop losses goes up to 40 to 90%, means though and estimated 3 million people of India lost their lives during this epidemic due to this epidemic because British government was busy to save their empire, and they can't control this disease. So this is another example. And if we talk about the corn leaf blight in maize, then in maize there was epidemic that is known as southern corn leaf blight epidemic. So due to this epidemic there was economic losses in especially in USA, because USA is the means major among the major corn producing countries. So in 1970s, if you know the hybrid seed production, there are two parents. One is female parent and another is male parent, and female parent needs detasseling. So what scientists did that time, they found some cytoplasmic male sterile lines that known as TCMS lines. So they produce such kind of lines, female parents, that there is no need of detasseling because they are infertile. Okay, so due to that, whatever the hybrids were produced, they all have a common means mother plant or a female plant that have TCMS genetic base, TCMS germplasm in their background. So we can say whatever the hybrids produce, they are similar to monoculture, means monohybrid cultivation or in a larger area. So there is a new race developed, that is the T race of this pathogen, and that is Bipolaris medis or Vicoleolus heterostropus. So due to that, there is economic losses of approximately 1 billion US dollar in 1970s value, or in today's if we count the value, that is at 9 billion dollars. So that is the impact of, or whenever there was any epidemic in history, that is animal disease epidemic or human disease epidemic or plant disease epidemic, that means that is responsible for new inventions or new revolutions. So likewise, for example, a recent example is COVID-19. After COVID-19, today we are doing this online Zoom meetings. So that is the part of that, means there is new invention, new era, AI and all these things. So that is the means some impact always means new epidemics creates histories. So coming to the then our important maize diseases. So maize diseases are Medes leaf blight, Trichum leaf blight, bended leaf and sheath blight, common rust, sorghum downy mildew, Rajasthan downy mildew, bacterial stalk rot, Fusarium stalk rot, charcoal rot. These are the important diseases we are doing also coordinated trials in our ECRIP system, or are more economic importance for our Indian perspectives. So what these are the pathogens. So Medes leaf blight, all Trichum leaf blight, bended leaf sheath blight, Fusarium stalk, charcoal rot, sorghum downy mildew, Rajasthan downy mildew, one more rural area leaves. So all caused by fungal pathogens. And one disease is bacterial stalk rot, that is by bacteria, and cyst nematode. We are not include in this today's presentation, but it is due to nematode, and it is confined only in southern Rajasthan. So these are the areas and the yield losses due to different diseases. So if we talk about Trichum leaf blight, so it is mostly prevailing in hilly regions. So north means your Himachal, then J&K, then up Uttarakhand, and northeast West Bengal region. This disease is prevailing because it, and in southern it is prevailing in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Western Ghats areas, we can say. So Trichum leaf blight normally requires some cooler climate, and Medes leaf blight is also prevailing at wherever the maize is growing. It is prevailing where, all the maize growing areas, but the prevalence is more in our means Punjab, Haryana, then Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, northeastern plains, northeastern regions. It is prevailing. Bended leaf and sheath blight disease is prevailing wherever rice is growing. Means more, this UAT is more in rice belts or rice, where is rice maize cultivation is taking place. So it is prevailing where. And sorghum downy mildew, it is mainly confined in Karnataka and nearby areas of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Rajasthan downy mildew is confining Rajasthan also, in Rajasthan only. And Fusarium stalk rot, charcoal rot, these are the also known as post flowering stalk rots, because most of the diseases require high humidity, waterlogging, or more moisture conditions, but these two diseases require drought stress conditions. These diseases appear when there is drought stress, our plants is facing drought stress conditions, or there is sandy soil, high temperatures. So these diseases prevail in that kind of situation. And common rust. Common rust is again, it is like wheat rust. It is prevailing in especially in winters, or where means in hilly regions only, where there is somewhat cooler climatic condition will prevail. And bacterial starch rot will appear wherever wherever there will be water stagnation conditions, because the pathogen, that is the Dichiaji, that is already will be in the soil, but whenever the water stagnation condition will be there, the this pathogen started to infect our plants. So coming to the first disease, that is Medes leaf blight, southern cone leaf blight disease. So this disease have three physiological races. TO or race C is prevailing in only China. Race O is prevailing all over the world, wherever and in India also. And race T was developed at that time when TCMS based hybrid seed production were taken place, and after that technology was discontinued, and this race is also not that prevailing. How we identify, because diagnosis is the first thing whenever we go a particular means doctor, when we go for our checkup. So doctor will ask many things, whatever we eat and whatever we drink. He took some also he do some test, blood test and many tests. So accordingly he want to diagnose the means main cause of the disease. So likewise we have to also diagnose the disease first before we are taking any control measures. So for diagnosis, how Medes leaf blight symptoms will appear. So when we see the symptoms, so there will be a lesion of 2 to 6 long, and the lesions will be straw in color, and they will increase in rectangular shape, means they will increase, the lesion will increase in their size with along with the this margins, these margins. So and the borders will be dark brown in color. So and after many lesions will coalesce, they will give the blighted or burned like appearance of the leaf, and that's why the name is Medes leaf blight. Medes word is from Bipolaris medis, that is the causal agent of this pathogen. So how this disease will then how this pathogen will survive, because year after year the disease is coming in our field. So pathogen overwinters in the previously harvested crop residues, and then from there the primary inoculum will be there, and then secondary inoculum on according to prevailing weather conditions. So the disease this Medes leaf blight disease, as I earlier mentioned, that it required slightly higher temperature for infection than Tertium leaf blight. That is the reason this disease is mostly prevailing in plains, and the Tertium leaf blight is prevailing in our hilly regions or cooler regions. So when we isolate the pathogen, this is the pure culture of the pathogen, that is due to black color is due to melanin, and this is the conidia of a single, means we can, this is the seed of the that pathogen through which it is multiply or it causes infection. So this is the disease cycle, because before effective management strategy, we should know that what are the weaknesses of our enemy, or what are the strengths of enemy. After that we can go for management options. So the pathogen is survives in previously harvested crop residues. From there it survives as a mycelium or conidia, and after germination there will be some conidia will formation takes place, and during rainy season or rainy splashes they will land on newly germinated newly crop plants, and from they germinate and they will make lesions, and from these lesions first they will make on the lower leaves, and after that from these lesions these kind of sporulation will take place, conidia will take will conidia formation will take place. And after conidia production, they will due to rain or winds or rains, they will or after means near so they will spread to nearby plants, and that this way the disease cycle will continues. So at favorable weather conditions, this cycle will speed up, and if there will be susceptible host and our virulent pathogen. Likewise, if you listen that this time, this is in COVID, and we listen about the different variants. So virulent, different. This time, this is virulent means virus, and COVID, there are different virulent viruses. So likewise, they also have some virulent isolates. So accordingly, when there will be a virulent isolate susceptible, if we grow a susceptible plant, then this process will very fast, and the plant will not produce and they will die in early maturity stage. So next is Terticum leaf blight. Name looks like chemical. So Terticum is taken from another fungal pathogen, that is Axerohelum tersicum. Okay, so as earlier I mentioned, this disease is mainly prevailing in hilly regions where there is somewhat cooler climatic conditions, or more rainy and cooler climatic conditions. So lesions will be larger than Medes leaf blight, and the lesions color will be in gray or gray color, and after some time there will be conidia formation, means spore formation, or we can say seed formation of this fungus. So scientific term is conidia. So conidia formation, it will give the appearance of some blackish color, appearance will be and moreover these lesions size will be large as compared to Medes leaf blight. Medes leaf blight lesions were extra colored, having dark brown margins, but these are somewhat, we can say, boat shaped. नाव की शेप के होंगे, तो बोट शेप and they are in larger in size, and they are in gray in color. So and temperature, so slightly it requires some cooler temperature. So when we isolate this pathogen, it looks like same as Medes leaf blight pathogen, and but the conidia having some difference, and this hilum, this portion is where it joins with the mycelium. So this is known as hilum. So it is we can differentiate through this hilum conidial shape also. And disease cycle will be as similar to as our Medes leaf blight. Similarly, from previous harvested crop residue, diseased residues, the conidia will produce with the wind or rain splashes lend to newly germinated plants, and then infect that, and then the disease cycle will be continue. So this is the this is the cycle. So both the diseases will require means rainy, cloudy or rainy weather conditions. Third disease is bended leaf and sheath blight disease. Same, so this disease is caused by your Rhizoctonia solani, the fungal pathogen, that is soil-borne pathogen. So this is disease is soil-borne. Previous both diseases are airborne diseases, but this is the soil-borne diseases, and the disease is identified by alternate dark brown or light brown these pattern, these band like patterns. So this disease is known as banded pattern due to banded blight pattern. And leaf, because it in cause means this disease means symptoms you can see on leaf and sheath, because this is soil borne pathogen. As soon as your plant will germinate, so that is the leaf part that covers that is the leaf sheath that covers your maize stem that these leaf sheath. So it as plant grow, it is move through that leaf sheath. If we remove that leaf sheath, then the pathogen from soil will not can't infect that our maize plant. So that's why this disease is known as bended leaf and sheath blight. Pathogen produces sclerotia. So sclerotia, so that sclerotia through sclerotia, it can survive from one season to another season, and this pathogen can cause disease in more than 500 plant families. So and this pathogen also cause disease in rice seed. Rice and no, in disease and in rice, the disease name is rice seed blight. So whenever we have a rice maize cropping means cropping system where rice is grown, then our maize plant is grown in the same land, or next year if previous year there was rice and this year we are sowing a maize plant, this disease will definitely come. And there is least resistant sources available for this pathogen, because this is a very destructive necrotropic pathogen. So this disease also require somewhat cloudy, rainy, water stagnation conditions, high humidity 90 to 100% more suitable. As soon as there after rainy season, as soon as the means there will be clear weather conditions, and if there will be suitable drainage system, then this disease stops only there. So these are the pure culture of this pathogen. So the mycelium is gray in color, and these are the sclerotia. These are the hard structures of mycelium. It's like wool balls. So that wool balls that we use for our sweater weaving. So that it is like that mycelium interwoven structures. So these are the means sclerotia. These sclerotia at the time of harvest drop in the soil, and it can survive for 5 to 6 years. And it can also survive on our weeds also. So it is very difficult to manage this pathogen. So here you can see that this is the plant where this cob was not formed, or the plant killed by this pathogen before maturity. And here you can see the cob that is shrunken and a lot of sclerotia formed on it. So this is the disease, and disease cycle is like that. Whenever we harvest our crop, then this sclerotia will fall down in the soil, and then when next year the plant will grow, so it will grow with this. This is the leaf sheath. Here you can see the leaf. That upper portion is the leaf, and here that part of leaf, that lower portion of leaf that covering the our internodes, that is leaf sheath. So it grow with these means it also as soon as our seed will germinate, the fungus will also germinate from sclerotia and will move with leaf sheath and leaf through upward with our as our plants grow. And if there will be suitable environmental conditions, as I discussed earlier, so there will be no means seed production, and plant will die like this prematurely. Next disease is common rust and polypsora rust. So again this disease is also means airborne disease like wheat rust. Everybody know whomsoever is growing wheat crops. So wheat rust, there are three rust: yellow rust, black rust, and then brown rust. So like that, like that rust. So rust means you can say rust when you there is any iron gate in your house and it is not painted. So after rains, you can, when you touch it, your hands will some powder means brown or coffee color powder will be sticky on your hands. So that is the rusting. So the word is taken from that word iron rust. So that is because this pathogen after producing means after causing disease, it produces some blisters that known as blisters. So from these blisters, when we rub it, there will be rust like powder will be there. That is the iridospores or their spores of this fungus. So that's why it is known as rust. And there are two types of rusts known in rabi maize. Whenever it is grown in Haryana or Punjab, in rabi maize, sometimes if environmental condition will be favorable, when there will be rains during that time, then we can see this kind of symptoms. And we last year there was too much rain, so in kharif season we have demonstrated some private and public hybrids in our farm also, and there was some private company hybrid which have a lot of rust like wheat rust plants, totally rusted plants over there. So also because last year you know that there was a lot of rains and environment was somewhat cooler, so that why this disease was appeared in kharif. So this is and the for so rest there is rest, you know, the rest wheat rest, there is some alternate host because this pathogen requires some alternate host. So there is an alternate host, oxalis and Euclena mexicana. So there are these are the alternate hosts from where this rest pathogen can complete its life cycle. So as I mentioned, it requires the cool temperature and high relative humidity, because this is important to know that at what weather prevailing weather conditions, because for forecasting, for prediction, it is very important to know that at what kind of prevailing weather conditions what kind of disease may come can come. Okay, so this is the life cycle where the iridospores, these are the iridospores. So these iridospores will infect to newly germinated plants, and then from same season, if the weather condition will be favorable, they will multiply and they will infect newly grown maize plants. And during unfavorable condition, it will survive on this alternate hosts. Next is sorghum downy mildew. So as earlier I mentioned, this disease is only prevailing in especially in Karnataka, and last year there was endemic situation due to this pathogen sorghum downy mildew. And the main reason was in Karnataka there is one practice that the farmers, what are they doing? They grow their main crop in the center for the for the seed production or grain production, and they show the border of African tall variety. So the African tall variety was the susceptible of this pathogen, and due to last year, due to more rains or favorable weather conditions, the disease spread was very fast, and there was a lot of economic losses in Karnataka and nearby regions of Tamil Nadu and other states. So so it is confined into Karnataka only. That doesn't mean ki it will in future there will be no chances to come in other states also. So that's why we should know will be the symptoms of this disease. So infected plants will be remain stunted. Their growth will be reduced, and the leaves will be some looks like there will be yellowish appearance of leaves will be there, and it looks like there is nitrogen deficiency like that. So and in infected plant, if they will not produce a single seed, or sometime plants will die in immaturely, it will not come to flowering or producing any cob or grain. So and another, when there will be a high humidity and there will be more rainfall, so on that time there we can see the lower side of the leaf, this cotyledon like growth. So this is the fungal sporangia of that fungus. So primary source of inoculum will be oospores. Oospores are sexual spores, and the plant produce oospores at the time of harvesting, when it completes the plants are near harvesting, so there is senescence. So fungus also produce means try to complete its life cycle. So at that time they produce sexual spores, that is oospores, and under favorable conditions when there is less green growth and means plant are at vegetative stage, at that time it will produce sporangia, because these are the sporangia because at that time the environmental conditions will be also favorable. Or this disease is also means this pathogen is both soil and airborne. So secondary spread through airborne and primary spread through these ooze spores. So ooze spores will infect systemically means as soon as our seed germinate, the pathogen will also infect that seedling, and it will grow with the our that plant, so that it causes systemic infections. And for systemic infections is required a cooler temperature of 11 to 32 with high humidity, means wet period, or means there will be drizzling. If there in that condition, it will cause more infections. So this is the life cycle of the pathogen. So these are the means leaf microscopic. We can say a larger means zoomed leaf picture, where these are ooze spores. These are the sexual spores. After germination, they will form sporangia, and they, as soon as our plant will grow, they will infect systemically, and the plants will be stunted. And our favorable conditions, the plant show chlorotic leaves, and plant will remain stunted. There will be no production, and after and it will produce sporangia that will responsible for secondary cycles. So it will produce after at the time of senescence, it will then at the time of maturation it will form oospores, and oospores then after harvesting they will remain in soil, and next year the cycle will be again started. Again, there is Rajasthan downy mildew. So Rajasthan, there is one we can say wild grass prevail means available in hilly regions of Rajasthan, where, especially in Udaipur, where the Udaipur Banswada, where maize is grown. So there is a wild grass that is Heteropogon chondrotus and Heteropogon melanocarpus. So these wild grass act as a means collateral host of this pathogen. So the symptoms can be this disease is easily identified by half leaf symptoms. Here you can say the half leaf is remain become chlorotic or yellowish, and rest of half leaf become remain as green. So that's why this disease also known as half disease leaf, because symptoms appear on half leaf only. And similar to that, our sorghum downy mildew, it produces sporangia and oospores, and then it completes the life cycle. So this disease is confined only Rajasthan, southern Rajasthan, and adjoining is part of Gujarat, hilly region, where this especially this wild grass heteropogon is there. This disease will be prevail only, and due to changing climatic conditions, so sometimes this disease is not appear, and sometimes where rainfall is very high, means frequent rains is there, and dew is there, and humid climate is there, then this disease is prevail. Next is bacterial stagnant. This is caused by means your bacteria Dickia G. The pathogen is Dickia G. So this bacteria lives in infested residues of maize in soil as saprophytically. Means it lives as a saprophyte. But whenever there will be a new plant in favorable weather conditions, when there will be water stagnation condition, continuous rainfall is there, and then plants will come in stress condition, and that time this bacteria infect the stock near the ground where the water means where water is touching. So it infect that portion of the maize stalk, and water stalk lesions will be developed, that then become brownish discoloration will be there. And because the upper portion is heavy and it can't, so plants will be broke down wherever the infection will started. So after that, and more when how we can diagnose this disease. So when you smell this, so there will be a fermentation like or alcoholic smell will be, odor will be there. And when you will squeeze with your fingers, then there will be some sticky means bacterial growth you can feel. So that is, and best identify can we can do through smelling, through alcoholic means alcohol like smell will be there, or fermentation like will be there. And this disease is so severe if you if there is a way, means very cool climate and rainy climate. So when you stand in the field, you can hear the falling of the plants. Whenever you मीन्स यू, आप जब भी खड़े रहेंगे तो आपको वो प्लांट्स को गिरने का नॉइज सुनाई देगा, तो ये इसका एक है. Okay, then coming to the next, these are fusarium star growth. So we also include in post flowering star growths. All the diseases we studied previously, we talked previously, they are all favored by the high humidity and rainfall conditions and water stagnation conditions. But these diseases, fusarium star growth and charcoal rot, that are the post flowering star growths. Why they are called post flowering star growths? Because whenever plants come to flowering stage, the plants face the water drought stress condition or water stress conditions, because plants need more water at that time. So water stress, and if there will be water stress conditions, then these diseases appear. Although pathogen infect is available, means will be soil, and these, because both are both the fusarium star rot and charcoal rot pathogens are soil borne pathogens. And so, as soon as our crop will enter in senescence, the symptoms will appear. And if there will be, means your plant variety will be, cultivar will be susceptible, and there will be your means if you are taking continuously means this maize crop, and there is pathogen in your means initially, because soil borne pathogen. So initially some one or two plants will disease started in one or two plants, and after a year, after the as soon as, means you harvest your crop and next crop grow, then you harvest crop and next crop grow, then there will be inoculum buildup in the soil, and your soil will become sick. In that condition, what happen? As soon as you there will be favorable conditions, or your crop is at maturity, then this disease will appear. And when you will see the what here you can see the upper portion is green, but the lower portion is dried due to this fusarium star rot, and the stem will be, so lower internodes there will be shredding of the pith region, and the pith and your stem will be shrunken, and the plants will become weak from here, and the plants will topple down due to heavy weight of the plant of the upper portion. So plants will topple down, and there will be no yield in sometimes, in many cases. And after every year, the pathogen, once the pathogen will establish in the field, it after a year after, the inoculum will be develop, and the disease will be more serious. So, as here already I mentioned that it appears in moisture stress condition or drought stress condition after flowering. That's why it is known as post flowering stalk rots. And dry conditions early in season, or warm weather favors this disease. Moreover, Dr. I think Deep also mentioned that high nitrogen. So high nitrogen will attract more diseases, more pathogens. So if there will be more nitrogen application, means imbalanced fertilizer application and low potash fertility in that soils, that also favors the disease development. So always there should be means balanced fertilizations for the control of post flowering star growths. So we should apply nitrogen and more means less nitrogen and more potash, because potash is responsible of resistance in plants. So how it looks like when we pure culture it, and these are the spores when look in a microscope. So how disease cycle will take place? So as I told that when infected stocks will when we harvest the crop, infected stocks will mix and that serve as the next year disease cause. So after from these infected stocks, the spore production will be there. Macroconidia or microconidia, two types of conidia will form, and through wind or they will disperse to healthy plant as soon as they germinate, and they infect that, and after that as soon as the plant become maturity stage and there will be drought stress condition, the symptoms will appear and this cycle will be continued. Likewise, charcoal rot. So one more, when we how we differentiate with Fusarium stag rot and charcoal rot. So when we split the Fusarium stalk, stalk rot infected stems, we split open, then we can see the reddening of the that in internal pith tissue. Okay, in case of charcoal rot, it looks like. Here I forgot to me. So in charcoal rot, charcoal means our coal means koila. So charcoal black color powder. So black color powder, when we cut open the split open the stem, we can see the pith region, the black powder, like black powder of coal, like charcoal. So that's why this disease is named as charcoal rot, and the pathogen is Macrophamina fajola, the causal agent of this disease. So disease appears as soon as 1 or 2 weeks after means flowering. So that's why it is also known as post flowering. And disease, the lower in likewise Fusarium stagros, lower internodes will infected by this disease, and the pith become disintegrated. Disintegrated means the pith region will be means destroyed, and there will be, and it replaced by the charcoal like sclerotia. So this pathogen overwinters through sclerotia in the soil in the stubbles, harvested stubbles, and dry and hot conditions fungi infect the roots and colonize the lower stalks of the plant. So likewise, post flowering stalk growths all need high soil temperature, means drought stress conditions or water stress conditions. So when we pure culture of this, we can see here it is the fungus is the gray color, and after sclerotia formation, this is not conidia. These are the sclerotia. So and when microscopically we here can see the sclerotia. So these sclerotia can survive in the soil 5 to 6 years. These are the interwoven wool-like structures of the hard structures of the pathogen. So whenever our seed will germinate, the sclerotia will also infect the plant, and as soon as the plant become our post flowering stage, there will be water stress conditions. The disease symptoms will appear, and again the sclerotia will form, and the cycle will continue. So how before management. Some research strategies. So how we we identify that which plant is host plant, means resistant plant. So there are many methods. So I will discuss one quickly. There are many methods. So how we means screen our plants, that which plant is which hybrid is resistant, which hybrid is susceptible. So there are for different pathogens there are different methods. So the methods are toothpick methods, wall inoculation, sheath inoculation, spray inoculation, injection method. Means we must inoculate our pathogens, whatever I showed pictures in our slides. We must means we multiply in our lab. Then in a confined area, we test our whatever before release of hybrids. We test all the hybrids. So this is the method. So for toothpick inoculation, toothpick these are the toothpicks. So we boil them. Then there is a protocol, and then we grow our pathogen, that is Macrophomina fezolina, or so this is used for charcoal rot, means Macrophomina fezolina. And after that we individual toothpick we insert this, and then we observe that how much our disease prevail in the or this is the 1 to 9 scale. Then we identified that if this much is spread, then we say this is resistant, this much is spread moderately resistant, and likewise moderately susceptible and susceptible. Likewise wall method. So this method is used for MLB and TLB pathogens, medicinal blight and TLB pathogens. So in which we use sorghum or barley grains. Then we half cook them. Then we autoclave and then inoculate. After inoculate, we make powder and we add in. We sow our lines, whatever germplasm material is there, and then we inoculate them in wall in them. And this is the 1 to 9 scale through which we decide that which one is resistant, which one is susceptible. So next is for TLB. Then sheath method. So bended leaf and sheath blight, this method is used for bended leaf and sheath blight pathogen. So in this we make dalia of our maize grains and mix some soil in it. Then same we overnight soak it in, and then autoclave it, then inoculate with our pathogen. And after that, because bended leaf and seed blight, as I already mentioned in our slides, that this pathogen spread with seeds. So we a pinch of we means put our inoculum in the between the stem and the leaf sheath. And then through 1 to 9 scale we identify that which one is resistant and which one is susceptible. So these are the different scales. And then spray inoculation method. So airborne diseases, for the airborne diseases like SDM, then Rajasthan downy mildew, MLB, TLB, or rust diseases, we use these methods. So these are the other thing. Then coming to management strategies. So for management, first thing is our plant is means our variety should be resistant. If our variety is resistant, we there will be no disease. So for a means successful infection or successful disease, there should be three conditions should be fulfilled. So there should be a host. If our a maize plant is susceptible variety or resistant variety, so disease the disease will be more in susceptible and less in your resistant. Likewise pathogen, if our pathogen is weak pathogen or virulent pathogen, means a strong pathogen, so a strong pathogen can cause disease more and more and can cause epidemic. And is a weak pathogen, it may there may be chances there should be not too much losses. And if both host and pathogen are available, means susceptible host is there, strong pathogen is there. In that case, if environment is not suitable, then disease will also not will be not there. So for by targeting these three situations, we can manage our diseases. Okay, so first is host. So host plant resistance. So our plants should be resistance, means our if resistance today we can say that in during COVID-19, whomsoever was susceptible that viruses, that maybe they are no longer with us in today, and those are resistant, so or those escaped from that viruses that are today means they are enjoying their lives. So that is the resistant or susceptibility. Likewise, biocontrol. So there are soil-borne diseases which can't be because we can't add fungicides in our soil, so we can control the through that biocontrol agents. And botanicals also, or lastly, forecasting is also regulatory measures. So import or export. So like for example, our fall armyworm. So it is a means it is a foreign insect, so it comes in India, so it came into India. So if regulatory measures should be so means stringent, then there may be no chances to invading of a particular pathogen or a particular insect. Likewise, forecasting, if we know the climatic condition, weather condition, so we can forecast which disease can prevail at this time. So coming to the our management part, so Medes leaf blight and triticum leaf blight both are the your airborne diseases and leaf blight diseases. So these are the resistant hybrids. A list of released resistant recently released resistant hybrids. So according to our low climatic ecological zone, we can select a particular variety suitable for our zone, and then we can grow that resistant variety if these diseases are prevailing in. So if we use resistant hybrids, there will be less chances of diseases. If further, if there will sometimes there are virulent pathogen new race will be there, in that case, and environmental conditions are also prevailing favorable, then there are these chemicals which we can use Emistar. Then new chemicals are Emistar, Nativo, and Impact Extra. These are the chemicals. Through spray of these, we can control these diseases, and we can also use these IDM means integrated disease management modules for the management of diseases. To reduce the our use of chemical fungicides or our chemicals. Another is common rust and polysorus rust. So these are the resistant cultivars, and propiconazole or then trifloxystrobin we can use for the management of these pathogens if the disease is prevailing. As I already mentioned that last year there was favorable conditions, and in Kharif season, particularly these diseases appear in spring or rabi grown maize. But last year they also appear in Kharif season. So and in demonstration, as I mentioned that there are many hybrids, and out of some private hybrids that have a severe infestation. So such kind of because they are high yielding hybrids. So if any farmer having grown these hybrids, so they can use these fungicides, pesticides for their control. And next is bended leaf and sheath blight. So this is a notorious pathogen, and these are some not resistant, but they are somewhat resistance as compared to other hybrids. As such, no hybrids have any resistance to this pathogen, because and it is also prevail in rice, because it require more water stagnation and wet conditions, humid or cloudy weather climatic conditions. Beside these, we can use Amistars and then other chemicals also. And if some farmers are growing organic, are doing organic farming, so they can, as I mentioned, that this pathogen is soil borne, and from soil, as soon as plant our grow, it spreads with the leaf sheath. If we remove the leaf sheath from the stem after 30 to 35 to 50 days, during our plants are 35 to 50 days old plants. So 2 to 3 lower leaves if we remove, so that leaves will not have any significant role in photosynthesis, and they have no economic importance. So disease will not spread from our soil to our upper portion of the plant, and there will be and in our experimental field we found that the plants totally disease free. in that case. So if any farmer having small holding and having baby corn or sweet corn means farming, or they have organic farming, then they you can do leaf stripping, because in larger area it is manually not possible. But as soon as a single plant is infecting, because removing these leaf stripping in initial stage, it will check the, or it will restrict the inoculum buildup in the soil or sick plot being formation of our soils. So this cultural practice may be followed. Then downy mildews. So downy mildews means both downy mildew, sorghum downy mildew and Rajasthan downy mildew. So means there are many advisories like planting before rainy season is desirable. As soon as any infected plant you observe, it should be because it spreads like rust, wheat rust, or like rust. So last year, as I mentioned, that in Karnataka there was endemic situations, and even in our parliament there are many questions regarding this disease and their management. So any infected plant should be destroyed or removed immediately. And for this disease, because seed treatment is effective, so this seed treatment is with metalaxyl is recommended. And and after seed treatment, if there in standing crop is there disease is there, then we can use same chemical for spray also. Beside these, there are many recently released hybrids that are having resistance to sorghum downy mildew, so they maybe can grown. And we should, because as I mentioned, that name is also mentioned that sorghum downy mildew, because this disease is means sorghum downy mildew. The main host is sorghum crop also, so we should avoid maize sorghum crop rotation if possible. And in case of Rajasthan downy mildew, so alter nearby your field, means destroy any heteropogon grasses. Or for Rajasthan downy mildew, these are the resistant or hybrids that can be used for especially in Rajasthan, southern Rajasthan, or adjoining Gujarat state, where maize, hilly region where maize is grown. Another is bacterial, last bacterial stag rot. So bacterial stag rot, for bacterial stag rot, as I mentioned, there should be proper drainage facilities in the field, avoid waterlogging conditions. And wherever there is heavy rainfall situations are there, so planting of crop or ridge rather than the flat sowing should be followed. Sowing in ridges should be followed. These are some recently released resistant hybrids for this pathogen. And for because Dikia G, or it is also prevail in, because it is saprophyte and is prevail in sewage water. So wherever means sewage water for irrigation is being used, it should be avoided, especially for control of bacterial star growth. If any means bacterial star growth is means symptoms observed, so as soon as uproot that plant and that destroy, and apply drenching of 33% chlorine, 10 kilogram per hectare soil drains should be followed. Because and so for that you should remove the nozzle of the your sprayer, and then drains that soil near from where you have uprooted that your infected plant. And should we take care that your this spray should not be on leaves. If because chlorine is responsible for bleaching, it is used for bleaching. This is bleaching powder actually. So bleaching, so it will burn your leaves if it fall on leaves, so it should not be sprayed on leaves. That should be take care of. Then next is the post-flowering star growth, that is fusarium star growth, and then charcoal rot. So fusarium star growth. So for these, sanitation and removal of previous crop debris. This is required because both are the pathogen are soil-borne pathogens. If we include or we mix the stables, infected stables, especially infected stables in our soil, then there will be inoculum buildup, and every year there will be inoculum buildup after crop harvest. So this should be avoided. And for these, because a lower plant population should be followed whenever water stress condition will be there, because if there will density will be more, then the disease will be more. And it is recommended that balance soil fertility, especially increase the potash level in both the post-flowering star growth infected fields or sick plots. So that is needed. And then avoid water stress conditions, especially at flowering time, because water stress condition is conducive for prevalence of these disease. So that should be avoided. So proper water irrigation should be there during, especially during after first flowering. Okay, then these are the recently released resistant varieties that may be used for according to climatic zones. And seed treatment may be used with Hiram. And then there is, because these are soil-borne pathogens, so means then means seed treatment with or and their soil means after means biocontrol can be also followed through trichoderma and trichoderma formulation with after mixing in FIM. So that trichoderma is means antagonistic fungus, and it will and have antagonistic effect on the pathogenic fungi. Then charcoal rot, so same, avoid water stress condition during flowering stage, balance soil fertility, avoid high level of nitrogen and low level of potash. And these are the resistant varieties that can be used. And then seed treatment with Thyram, and then same. And one recommendation is also that is foliar spray of Amistar top. But because this is the soil-borne pathogen and pathogen already established, but symptoms appear after water stress conditions, so there will be less effective of any chemicals. So best remedy is to use resistant hybrids, balance use fertilization, and then your seed treatment, and then avoid water stress conditions. These are the best remedy for post flowering star fruits. Thank you. So sorry I took too much time, but if any queries, please you may discuss.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen, for a extensive coverage of the topic. So there is only one question in the chat in the chat box. Is there any chance PFSR to become seed-borne? I mean, parent seed harvested from PFSR field seeds may carry disease.
Yes, there is chances, but the if we means see the ratio through soil, means through stubbles and through means your soil infection, then as compared to that means seed borne, yes, this is seed borne, but the chances is very less.
Anyone with a question?
Because mostly it spreads through soil and your disease infected crop harvest stubbles.
Any more questions? If not, then we will wrap up this sessions. Thank you so much, Dr. Praveen, for covering the topic in an extensive way, and it was very informative. And
Thank you very much to all
thank you all.
audience for their patience.
Okay, thank you so much.